Good morning, everybody. This is Killshot from 99 Gaming, 99 Sports. A little bit of everything. So we're ramping back up our sports picks. So we'll have some professional stuff tomorrow, and also we got our college football picks going on right now. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to do some popular picks from some of the pick'em contests that are out there, and also we will add the top 25 as well. So if there's any particular game you want to talk about, any team that you pull for on a regular basis, definitely put it up in chat so we can get some conversations around that. Good morning, Carol, Justin. Good to see you guys. And I didn't post this an hour in advance, so a few people are just getting the invitation right now. So it's like last minute. I understand it. I already see who Kel's is voting for. Luckily, Kel, we're going to do a wide range since you don't have a top 25 team in the conversation. But you never know. After today, either Tennessee or Florida may crack that top 25. Got Chip Smith. Several Tigers are playing, but I know which ones you're pulling for. So I'm going to go down this list. This is from some very popular pick'em sites. We'll do these. And this doesn't include all the top 25. So I will jump around and do some top 25 because there are some good matchups. Should be a little bit better, but I think you're going to see a lot of upsets today as well. So we'll start out with Michigan State and Indiana. Michigan State's 1-1. Indiana is 3-0. I think it's a little bit of a surprise that Indiana's 3-0. Michigan State, if they lose this game, they're out of any conversation whatsoever. This is a must-win. I know it's on the road. I know it's big. Michigan State 4.5, and that point spread has actually went down a little bit. I actually love Michigan State in this game. I like them to win by 7 to 10 points. So I'm going to say go forward with Michigan State if you got them on your pick'em. Next, Arkansas and Auburn. Auburn minus 27.5 to Arkansas. You got to think this is going to be a serious vindication game with Auburn. But are they that good? I mean, can Arkansas stay in the conversation? I'm going to go ahead and roll with Auburn. I think Auburn puts up 56 plus. I don't know if Arkansas is going to get in the 20 range. So I'm going to say take Auburn minus the almost 4 touchdowns. So I'm going to go with Auburn here. This is a topic conversation because we got 2-1 Florida, 2-1 Tennessee. You can see Florida was a 5.5 point favorite. That is actually all the way down to 3 points. So people betting big on Tennessee. Here's my concern with this. Tennessee had struggles with West Virginia. I know West Virginia can put up some points. I'm not typically a hardcore Gator fan, but I do think the Gators go in, take care of business since it's down to 3 points. I didn't like it at 5.5. I'm going to say Florida squeaks out a close one, but 4-point, 5-point win. I'm going to go with Florida giving the points on the road. I think Florida is just a more balanced team at this point. They cover both sides of the football really. I think they'll do okay. I mean, they had a rough time with Kentucky. We know that, but I think that was a wake-up call as well. Wisconsin and Iowa. This is very much like the Michigan State-Indiana game, almost exactly like that. But the big difference is Iowa undefeated, but Iowa is giving up 8 points per game. Iowa's defense is legit, but Wisconsin, there's some big boys. Wisconsin, they're just like Michigan State. At the end of the season, you're going to hear Wisconsin and Michigan State in the conversation. You're not going to hear Iowa and Indiana. I think Wisconsin definitely covers. I like this one by double digits. I know it's on the road. I like Wisconsin to win by 10 or more points. It's going to be like a 28-14 type of thing, 28-17. But I think Wisconsin bounces back. A tough loss on the road for them as well. Texas Tech and Oklahoma State. This is going to be fun to watch. These are two of the highest powered offenses in college football. I love this. I think it's too many points for Oklahoma State. I think this is going to be one of those double, triple overtime games, 59, 56, something like that. A lot of points scored in this game. Take Texas Tech plus the points here. Go with Texas Tech. Kansas State, West Virginia. West Virginia going to be too much offense for Kansas State. West Virginia rolls big time. Too much offense there. I think you'll see West Virginia putting up, once again, some high numbers today in the 50s. West Virginia rolls big over Kansas State. TCU and Texas. TCU minus 2.5 at Texas. I love Texas in this game. Texas at home. There is a difference in home field advantage, even though they're both from Texas. Texas, 2-1. They lost a very emotional game at Maryland after the death of the offensive lineman. And then they had a lightning delay as well. Really tough to overcome that. Texas is a good football team. I like Texas to cover against TCU. So that is going to be one of my I like that. That's my upset alert for today. Clemson at Georgia Tech. Clemson needs to they need to figure it out. I know they got this two offensive system, and they're playing around with some of these teams early in the season. I like Clemson to make a statement today. It hasn't looked like typical Clemson Tiger football. I don't know if have they even covered the spread so far this season, but I do like Clemson by 28 against Georgia Tech. Clemson gets it figured out today. Take Clemson super, super big. Look, come on, Chip. You got to have more confidence than that. He's got them barely. I got him covering the spread by, I think, maybe 4 touchdowns. Tommy's the same way. He's like, Clemson by 17. You guys are like, you're going to be sweating it out if you think Clemson by 17. I think Clemson big. Ohio State and Tulane. Ohio State in a show of support around their head football coach. I think Ohio State rolls. Army and Oklahoma. Same thing. Army will play hard, but Oklahoma has some Oklahoma, once again, killer offense. You got a Heisman Trophy candidate at quarterback. Should probably be playing football somewhere, or baseball, but decided to come back. Oklahoma by 42. Take Oklahoma. Stanford and Oregon. I like Oregon here. I like Justin Herbert. I thought it might be Justin Hebert. Had to do a little bit more research on him, but no, this is Justin Herbert for Oregon. I think the Ducks. Stanford's a good football team. Stanford has his own Heisman Trophy candidate as well, but I like Oregon to take care of business at home. Arizona State at Washington. Herm Edwards. People were hyped. They were on the Herm Edwards train a couple weeks ago. Arizona State did not knock Washington out of contention last season. This is thought to be a revenge game. I will take Arizona State, though. I like them. I like Washington to win. I think Washington by 14. And Texas A&M against Alabama. Alabama has just looked like a beast so far this season. But I think Texas A&M, Jimbo Fisher, they do a good job of staying close. I think Alabama wins. I'm taking Alabama by 10. Taking Alabama by 10 only. I like Texas A&M to cover big time. So if there's any other games that you're typically, what are you guys interested in today? Want to go around the horn calling a couple people. Georgia at Missouri. Georgia's a good football team. I'm going to say this. Georgia is on my upset alert watch. I think Georgia wins a very, very close one. Georgia's a 2-touchdown favorite. 3-0 Georgia, 3-0 Missouri. Watch out. I'm going to tell you a name you got to watch out for. Drew Lock, 1,062 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Georgia wins in a close one, a very close one. And do not be surprised if Missouri actually, I wouldn't be surprised if Missouri pulls it out. I know Georgia's ranked number 2, but just keep an eye on this game. I'm going to take Georgia by 3. This is going to be their scare of the day. Michigan ranked number 19, Nebraska. I don't think Michigan's going to have any trouble with Nebraska. I think Scott Frost will get Nebraska playing tough. But in the end, 14-21. I'm not sold on Michigan yet, but keep a close eye on them. This one is interesting as well. Boston College 3-0 against 0-3 Purdue. Boston College only a 6.5-point favorite, and Boston College can score. They ran it up on Wake Forest, a couple other teams. I like Boston College big. I like Boston College to cover the spread big by 2 touchdowns or more. Notre Dame and Wake Forest. I'm going to put this on my upset alert as well. I know Notre Dame has a lot of fans out there. I'm going to say Wake Forest. I told you guys there's going to be a couple upsets, right? Tommy, really? You're going to take Purdue, spoiler makers. Purdue's 0-3. They're not a good football team. Purdue is scoring 27 points per game. They're giving up 30 points per game. Boston College, 52 points per game, giving up 23 points a game. That would, you know what? It would. I'm surprised it's not a higher point spread than that. But Purdue lost to Northwestern, lost to Eastern Michigan, and yeah, I mean they played tough versus Mizzou, but I don't like them. Giving up way too many points. I'm going to take Wake Forest as an upset over Notre Dame. Apparently wouldn't be a huge upset because it's 6.5-point spread, but I like Wake Forest. 31-27, write that score down. 31-27, Wake Forest upsets Notre Dame. Notre Dame is overrated. They're overrated. They're squeaking out these victories. All right, who else we want to take a look at today? Miami. Miami will have no problem. Virginia Tech, take care of business at Old Dominion. And this one actually is going to turn into a pretty good football game, too. Mississippi State, ranked number 14 at Kentucky. Kentucky is unranked, 9.5-point underdog. I like Kentucky. I don't know if I like them to quite win. I love Kentucky plus the 9.5. I think Kentucky's feeling some disrespect. They might win. Kentucky could go 4-0. And let me see if there's anything else we want to take a look at down here at the bottom. We've got maybe one more. La Tech 2-0, big rivalry with LSU. A lot of people don't see this as a big rivalry. They really get up for that game. I don't know. I'm going to leave this one alone. I could see La Tech playing them tough. 19.5 is just a little scary. I mean, you think LSU will go out there and just completely dominate, but yeah, leave that one alone. That would be my leave it alone for today. And then we do have, is there a request for South Carolina? Okay. South Carolina, 1.5 at Vandy. Take Vandy. Vandy's a good football team. I mean, if it was a South Carolina, then I'm rolling the other way. But on the road at Vandy, Vandy's 2-1, South Carolina 1-1. I'll take Vandy. But I will tell you, I'm a big fan of Jake Bentley. I think Jake Bentley has a bright future, but they need to start figuring it out in a hurry. Probably been nice for you to went somewhere else. And that's pretty much where we're at. We're going to keep these streams in about 15 minutes because I know you guys got some college football parties, got some tailgating going on. I want to thank you guys for showing up. Appreciate making 15 minutes. We will be back here live tomorrow. We're going to talk NFL football at noon. We're going to talk fantasy football, some fantasy football sleepers I have in my lineup for tomorrow. I'm officially 2-0 in the one fantasy one that I've done over and over again. That's why I couldn't do the 999, but I'll get involved in some of the 999. But I'll give you a couple, I think, waiver wires, a chance to get involved in that. I just didn't have time to do an additional one. But I do have, I'm in a little bit of a rough spot because I've got Cook is going to be out tomorrow. Joe Mixon is going to be out tomorrow. Those were two of my top 3 picks. I still have Saquon Barkley, but I'm hurting a little bit at running back. So I've got Eckler from San Diego, and I've got Aaron Jones, but I'm going to get some thoughts from each of you, what you think about Aaron Jones for tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to play him a whole lot. Thanks, everybody. I will talk to you all live, and what a game with Baker Mayfield. Carol, hold that thought. We'll get into some NFL tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. See you then. Peace.